What up, dogs? Welcome to episode 12 of Cinema Ave. This is the man, Pat on the...
Mama?
Cam? What the hell?
Whoa, what the hell are you doing, man?
What the hell are you doing?
I just came to get a snack. Jeez.
Did you see that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got some crumbs. Anyway, welcome to Cinema Ave, episode 12. This is the man, Pat on the Cam.
I'm Kyle.
I guess that's Kyle. How's it going?
Good?
You good?
Just ate?
Did you just ate? So you...
Before I got here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
not here.
All right. I gotta get some sleep. That's what the problem is.
I think you do.
Things are getting strange around here. Speaking of that, did you watch Stranger Things?
I finally finished Stranger Things.
Nice.
I was late. So we finished, I guess the date was the 17th. So just over 2 weeks after the second half of season 4 came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what took us so long, but honestly, I think it may have been that it took so long for this newer season to come out that not that we were uninterested, but it was just tough to get back into it because it had been years. So
You want to know a fun fact?
Yeah.
I had no interest in watching the show at all.
okay,
But people kept posting shit about it on Facebook, and I'm like, I hate spoilers. And then they do that thing where it's like, let's spoil the show without saying what the show's about. So I was like, I saw a fucking Eggo and shit. I was like, what the fuck? You know what? Let me not. So I just watched it, and I binge watched.
You said Eggos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why did you sound so surprised?
Haven't had Eggos in a long time.
Okay.
Didn't mean to cut you off, but
Something strange, man. I don't know. Like, did nothing? Nothing happened to you? So you ate.
yeah, I ate before I got here.
Okay. Maybe it was those chili dogs I ate. I don't know. I feel a little strange.
Maybe.
But yeah, so I started watching it. I actually binge watched the whole series, and it took me some time.
It's a pretty long series.
It was. I loved it though. It was dope.
It's so good.
I was a little scared. Not gonna lie. Parts scared me a little bit.
Yeah, it was one of those things that was like. So I tend to try to avoid like those super popular shows that come out because
Right.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna ride the bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why I started watching it. Maybe Seth wanted to watch it, but regardless, we started to watch it, and we watched the first 2 seasons pretty quickly. Then my parents were kind of interested, so we then watched all 3 seasons with them. And that was part of the reason too, is we were gonna wait to watch with them season 4. We just haven't had time to go over or them to come over. So it's been a while, and we finally just decided, you know what, we're gonna watch without you guys. You do it when you're ready. We want to watch it now.
That's fair, like, because I really had no interest in watching it. Like, I started to watch The Umbrella Academy, and then I was like, I literally watched it for 10 seconds. I was like, no, I don't feel like watching the season right now. And then I watched The Boys. I was like, no, I don't feel like watching the season.
Right.
So then I put that on. I was like, but I loved it. It was dope. I loved the 80s vibe, because, you know, that's the era we grew up in.
Not me.
Oh, shit, I forgot you done the shit.
Not me.
God damn.
I was born in 1990. You guys are old.
Ugh, that's nasty. 88.
The era I grew up in.
Well, shut up. Doesn't matter, you're young. But back in my day.
Yeah.
But no, it was. Do you have a favorite character or a character like?
I literally wrote this down because somebody asked me this yesterday.
Okay.
I have 2 favorite characters.
All right.
Steve has been my favorite character since very close to the beginning.
Okay.
Because I often like those kind of douchey but weirdly smart characters.
So you saw yourself in the show.
I did.
I get
because
it.
he redeemed himself very quickly, and
But you didn't do that.
Quickly became
Not redeeming.
like one of the leads of comedy. He is the muscle of the show, so to speak.
Yo, Steve cracked me up because he was getting his ass whooped royally.
Yes.
But he kept fighting. I give him that.
What is Will's older brother's name?
Jonathan.
Yes.
Jonathan.
I don't know why I could not remember that yet.
I was gonna say photographer because he had the camera.
But like he kicked his ass in the first episode or 2.
His ass. That was one of those.
But then he quickly realized he can't actually fight.
Yeah.
But I love him. He's one of my favorites. I really like his and Dustin's dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I have for seasons now.
Mm-hmm.
But then I really like Eddie. I really, really like Eddie, and I like Robin a lot.
I like Hopper.
Hopper's fantastic.
And I think it's kind of like biased because I watched him in Black Widow. He was funny as shit to me, so it was kind of like. But he was great.
Yeah,
he was funny as shit. Like especially when he was like, "I'm in the office." 5 minutes, and like he was walking in, and he was like, "I don't want to hear anything you have to say." And he didn't take it seriously. Then when he did, you could tell he actually cared about 11.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
11 is definitely like that's obvious. She's one of my favorite characters.
she's actually not.
No,
I don't. It might be bold to say she's my least favorite character. She's not my least favorite character, but she's lower on the.
you know
the
who I
scale.
hated and ended up liking? Billy. I'm gonna tell you because I told Carter.
Billy serves a purpose.
I told Carter I was man, fuck Billy. Then cause I was Billy is terrible. And then all of a sudden you see what happened. I was like, oh Billy.
You feel bad, but I think you don't feel bad for him. You feel bad for Max.
No, I felt bad for him because
Really?
he got tortured as a kid. That's why he was such a dick.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But I felt bad for Max too. Max, she was cracking me up. I was like, why she got such an attitude? But it's like you can see the dynamic between the two. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of Max, man.
So there were 3 things in the final episode that, if you have not watched season 4 yet, we should have said this from the beginning. I don't think we spoiled anything yet. But if you have not watched Stranger Things season 4 yet, do not watch this episode yet. You can skip this if you need to. I don't recommend it, but lots of spoilers.
Get your shit together, man. It's been out. You got time to watch it.
I mean, I just finished 2 days ago.
Get your stuff together. I'm sorry.
Your stuffs.
Stuff.
But yeah, so the 3 things. Eddie dying, Max dying, and then Dustin talking to Eddie's uncle. Those 3 things were the things that got me the most.
Yo, you know what freaked me out? Because at first I thought Eddie was a douchebag. But then I realized that was just how he acted, you know, that was his character. But then when he started selling the drugs, that shit freaked me out.
So a lot
when she popped up, she was like, I was like, what the hell is going on in the show?
A lot of the characters, all their flaws are defense mechanisms.
Right.
All of them.
Right.
Steve is a dick because he doesn't know any better. That's how he's fit in and been the cool guy. Eddie has failed high school numerous times. He's been picked on. He's a jerk for that reason.
Right.
Same thing with Max. Same thing with Billy. Same thing with all of the rest of the kids that are in Hellfire. If you don't know by now, Noah Schnapp announced that Will is officially gay. Like, that's something that he's been dealing with.
In the show?
In the show. Okay. And that he is in love with Mike. Yes.
I didn't like Mike.
I thought that was so obvious.
Yeah. When Mike got older, I didn't like him. He's still like a douchebag. He seemed like he was
He had an interesting character arc in that season.
Because he just seemed like out of it. He was like, oh, yeah. I was like...
Do
you smoke too?
Yeah, he plays douchebags very well.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't seen it, but he plays one of the younger versions of the characters in it, and he's a total dick in that. He's very good at it, which means like we talked about like an hour ago. It means he's probably a super nice guy in real life.
Probably. That's a rule. Like if you get an actor you hate him, that means they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. So, and I like Argyle. If you don't like Argyle, then
Argyle.
That's his name, right? Argyle.
The
Surfer Boy Pizza.
Oh, yo, he was one of my favorite characters too. Was that my guy?
Like he doesn't serve any purpose.
But he said,
but he's good though.
Is this gonna affect taking you to Flavor Town? Is this gonna affect the whole thing?
But he figures out where to put 11 so that she can reach Max, and he figures out where 11 is essentially. Like they're looking for this huge thing and he realizes that it's a very small thing.
What did you think about I like to call him Great Value Wesker, the Papa?
Oh,
what is his? I forget his name because she's been calling him Papa for so long.
I know the actor's name is Matthew Modine.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Did you feel bad?
I don't like him at all.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I feel like that's kind of his purpose. You're maybe supposed to feel a little bad for him at the end. And there was even a time where Steph and I had questioned, like, well, maybe he does actually care. Because when he's arguing with the other guy, the other guy's talking about giving her a choice. Is she allowed to, like, she decides, does she go and fight or does she stay here and train more? And he's like, no, she's not allowed to go out.
Or should she go? Sorry.
It seems like he's arguing, saying he doesn't want her to be in danger. But then he very quickly makes it, like, the military shows up, he locks her in the room, and it instantly feels like he's keeping her prisoner again. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's as dynamic as maybe we'd hoped he was.
At the end, he didn't let her go.
He did let her go.
I didn't like him. There's something about kidnapping somebody and making them have powers and stabbing in the neck with needles.
Yeah.
It's not for me. To which is don't. It's not for me.
I mean, good acting. Nobody does a poor job of acting.
But it's also kind of like the doctor who was kind of like all about giving her needles and everything, and at the end, he tried to help her out a lot.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's the ulterior motives are there, definitely. But
for sure.
Just like, I don't know.
It seems like he wants to use them. So they like they say, he's a very average person, and he wants to use you guys to be above average. Mm-hmm. And it seems like that's basically his motive his whole life, is he wants to find somebody else to do the hard work for him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dr. Brenner.
Okay.
Dr. Brenner.
I think Winona Ryder, I think she did a phenomenal job.
She's a very good actor.
Yeah. I haven't seen her in a lot of, like, I've seen her in movies when she was young, but I haven't seen her in anything for a while.
No, I don't think she's been in too much lately. I'm sure she's been in something that's maybe flown under the radar.
Right.
But I always, this probably isn't what I should remember her for, but I always think Mr. Deeds. It's the first thing I think of when I think of her.
Wasn't she in Beetlejuice also?
She was in Beetlejuice.
That's the first thing in my mind.
And she was in Edward Scissorhands.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Deeds is
But Mr. Deeds is the first thing I think of when I think of her.
I'm going to tell you why Mr. Deeds is funny to me. Because, like, when I was, we were in college in Bluefield, I had, R.I.P., Mr. Patudo, he's my art teacher. And he was, like, a hard-ass art teacher. Like, he taught me how to have or take constructive criticism. Because I couldn't at first when I was younger. And I was about to drop his class. And he was like, you think I give a fuck about your feelings? Like, he literally told me that. And I was just like, oh, shit. But he made me realize, like, that's how it is in the industry. Yeah. So I had to do, like, certain songs for certain drawings. So I had to use, what is it called? The Ground Control, the Beige, and Time. I hated that song because I had it over and over and over. Right. I watched Mr. Deeds, and it just made me love the song because it was funny as hell when they were singing on a plane.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but that's instantly what I think of. And that is, I think, probably one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Mine's definitely Waterboy, but that's up there.
Yeah. That's
definitely up there. But yeah, the show was... I like, it's been a while since I watched, well, Euphoria was one of them, but like since I watched the show, I just couldn't stop watching.
Yeah.
Like I was laying here, I was like, it was 1 a.m, I should probably go to bed. Or watch another episode.
I was like, so we would watch it late, like I told you, I've been super tired, working outside 8 hours a day in the sun or whatever. I would get home and we'd get through like an episode and then we'd start another one and I would be like in bed. And so Steph would just shut it off.
I was doing that. I was like, let me I'll just pause it, like, all right, let me stop.
Yeah. But it was easy to pick back up in the next, like halfway through an episode, or and it actually did a pretty decent job without recapping everything from the previous 3 seasons of reminding us what happened. Because I think it was, even if you watched it right, like when it first came out, like I said, it's been what, 2-3 years?
Yeah, I was late to the game. I'm glad the fact that I didn't know anything going on was crazy.
Right. Because...
We did about the girl getting hit in the face with a skate.
Oh, she deserved it.
She did.
I don't love that she all of a sudden just kind of disappeared.
I mean, you get hit in the face with a skate.
But I forgot that those people existed, actually, until right now.
Yeah.
I forgot they were even part of the thing.
But my whole thing is I kept seeing things on Facebook. Oh, we all know blah, blah, gets hit in the face with a skate. You think she deserves it? And I'm thinking that I'm thinking the girl trying to take Mike from L or something like that, and she got jealous like she did with Max.
Right.
I didn't think, I thought she was going to use her powers to throw it at her and hit her on that side of the head. I didn't think she was going to bust her straight in her forehead with that skate.
Well, she didn't have any powers.
And then she was like, were you trying to kill her? I don't know. I said, yo. But I didn't like how she got treated in school. Like, that was tough.
Yeah.
You know, because she was trying to make friends. Then she lied about it. And the whole friends don't lie. And they both were lying to each other.
Right.
So, and it's like, it's crazy because, like, in life, that's kind of what happens. You know, you grow up. Sometimes you and your friends grow apart. Especially when you move. So, and then Dusty was feeling some kind of way because he came back. And
call him Dusty.
Yep. And then he came back. I said what I said. You know why? I knew a kid.
You know he's from Jersey, though, right?
No.
I think he's from, like, Plainsboro or Plainsfield, yeah. You writing it down where he's from?
I had a friend named Dusty Buttons. That too. But I had a friend named Dustin, and we used to call him Dusty. So
okay.
But that never ended story when he was singing that was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
He can sing too,
Yeah, Tim's brothers said that they met him one time, and he was super nice.
He seemed like he is.
He was like a genuine person.
What do you think about the soundtrack?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They played the same song, 1,000 times?
Yeah,
and it never got worse.
When they played that, some days, yo, that gave me chills.
Wait, what was that again?
I'm not going to sing it again.
Why have you not told me that you liked that song?
I've said it thousands of times. Actually, no, this is the first time I heard it. It was a great song.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'd never heard it before.
Took a journey to listen to it. See what's there.
Had you not heard of Journey before?
No, I have heard it before. Like I said, when I went at Wawa, that's the first time I heard the song. And I was like, this song's dope. Who sings it? And it was like Journey. I was like, what?
Because, sidetrack, but when Dave and I first started hanging out, he had never listened to music ever. Which is he just didn't listen to music.
Like,
no.
Ever?
No. So I played like, you ever heard like Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas?
If you sing it,
that's the first line.
I gotta hear it.
All right, but
I'm one of the people that I know a lot of music. I just don't know a lot of the artist names.
But he was like, or he heard it and he was like, heard this band called Kansas, like they came out in like the 70s, and then he was like, I found this band called Queen. They're like really good.
Carter did the same thing. He was like, I never heard any Queen music. Was like, yes, you did. Everything.
But also not. I don't think I know any songs. He's like, he'd never heard of Queen.
Ever?
No.
Bruh.
He had never heard of Journey.
Never?
No. He was born in the 80s. Had never heard
of the 60s.
Yeah. He looks like he was born in the 60s.
Yeah. I did. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but just hadn't really listened to music. But soundtrack's fantastic.
Yeah.
Anytime they do like a 70s or an 80s movie where they stick to that soundtrack.
But I like how they mixed it into their own thing.
Yes, they did.
That like, what was the one the running up the
Up the hill.
Yeah.
Right, that's the name of it. Run Up the Hill, or is it Running Down the Run Up the Road?
Taking a jog, sprinting up the hill. It was great. Oh, it was great.
Something about trading spots with God. You know, I don't know any of the words after hearing it 1,000 times.
I don't either.
Running up that hill. That's what I said.
I said it too. I'll take credit agrees.
Pat's gonna edit it so that we both said that hill.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna edit this part out so it doesn't mean anything.
Not at all. It's not even relevant to the show. But no, but yeah, it was like I never played Dungeons and Dragons. Like
neither have I. Oh, so I wanted to go back real fast because you said you thought Eddie was a dick in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I specifically said to Steph, he's one of those nerds that thinks like Dungeons and Dragons is like actually really cool, and like he's got some clout because he plays D&D.
Yeah.
And I hate him.
Yep.
like if you had told me in the first episode that Eddie was gonna die, I would have rooted for it in the first episode.
Right.
I would have hoped it happened in the first episode.
Right. That's how I felt too. This guy's a dick. Is he gonna die?
However,
today?
it changed when whatever the girl is, it Christine, the girl that died in his trailer.
Yeah. Because like
maybe something with a C.
No, it was
some basic white girl
Christine.
name.
It was Christine.
But when he's like when he's shaking her and he's like, I don't like this, and then he's on the ground, that's when I was like, okay, I like him now.
Like, no, you know what killed me? Like, that scene freaked me out. But the way he screams, right? And he ran up the house so fast. Well, I mean, I would too.
No, I got it open on here somewhere. So you gotta write it down.
Oh my god, Chrissy.
Her name's probably Christine.
I think Carter's making up names over there.
It's Chrissy. I'm looking at it.
Damn, I get your back, bro.
I know, but it's probably Christine. That's a fair guess, right?
But he
What
was
like what else would it be? I guess it could be Kristen, but we're gonna say it's probably not that.
oh god!
I couldn't stop myself. It was like
I hope the guy comes
word
to
vomit.
get you with the
Vecna's coming.
Kyle, what's your time?
If I start getting headaches and having nightmares,
She was trying to take some drugs. She was like, you got some drugs, cuz.
She's like, you have anything?
Getting real.
Never done drugs in her life.
Right?
You got anything stronger?
I was like, how did she...
I was like, well, this is how she's gonna die.
That's another thing. I was like, she about to OD. And then,
Right.
like, she didn't even get a chance.
And then her boyfriend,
I didn't like him.
I actually really liked him in the beginning. I felt like he was very genuine.
I didn't like him in the beginning. He seemed like a douche. Like, he tried to use Hopper's death as a,
But I also,
let's rally up the team.
But I also don't think that that's because he's a douche. I think that's because he's that dumb. I think like he genuinely feels like he's getting the town to rally around this team, and like they're somehow helping the town get over these things.
He's like a live action Fred. You know, from Scooby Doo.
He kind of is.
Don't you look like him?
He does kind
I
of.
could like the fact that he used Hopper's that like I was like that's
Right.
messed up. That's the douche move.
But I didn't take it as douchey. I took it as him being just a nitwit, like just not
Like a jock and just stupid.
not understanding what that would do to somebody.
Right.
But worse than that, because it was intentional, is like when Elle's talking about Hopper, she has the diorama, and they're talking about it. She's like, I chose my dad. He's a hero. He's a historical figure. And, like, they pick on her for that. Like,
excuse me. I thought the rule was supposed to be about people in history.
Right.
I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. In my head, I was like, break her neck. Break her neck.
Right.
Dislocate her shoulder. Anything.
But, like, honestly, if you're going to make fun of somebody because their parents died,
That's a dick move.
jump.
Elle may catch you. She may not. Who knows?
I hope she doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe she just drops you close to the ground, scares you a little bit.
But so Steph hates cringy moments. They make her so uncomfortable. Like she literally covers her face and she's like, no. So when they had knocked the diorama down and stepped on it, and she sticks her hand out and starts screaming at him,
Yeah.
Steph was like, no.
No.
Too cringy.
I was like, is she getting her powers now? Oh, that's embarrassing.
I thought she was gonna hit her then.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was gonna hit her at any point. I just kind of assumed that that's when it was gonna peak.
I'm just like, whoever pissed her off. Like,
Yeah, because I didn't think they were gonna be relevant enough to last more than one episode. So I just kind of assumed that's when it was gonna happen. That was gonna end. And
I also like Hopper's growth in the show.
Hopper's what?
His growth.
Oh,
in the
his
show.
growth,
Because
yeah.
he was just like, I'm a cop. I get drunk. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yep.
And then you realize he lost his daughter. That's why he's kind of like jaded to everything society.
Yep.
And then
Again,
it's like,
defense mechanism.
yeah, and it was just like it was cool how you could see he was like trying to get back into caring, but he didn't know how. And then Elle came in his life, and it was like, that's my daughter now.
Yeah.
So, and I like how Elle went to that teenage phase too,
Yes.
where she was slamming doors, like whatever, and they was like, keep the door for 3 inches.
But somebody asked me today, because I was talking about the podcast, and they're like, well, what's your angle? Like, how do you combine like the movies and the mental health?
Right. Oh, let's go.
This is how you do it.
Let's go.
You have shows like Stranger Things. It's all a defense mechanism. I saw a meme. I guess you could call it a meme. Serves the same purpose, except not for comedy, for like growth or whatever. And it was like check on your goofy friends.
That's real.
Yeah.
I always say Rob Williams is the best example.
Like that's Eddie.
Yeah.
That's Dustin. That's Will. That's all of them.
Yep.
So literally the entire show,
And
in
wasn't
one way
they
or another,
saying,
is about mental health.
When the writer's character was, when they say she was crazy in the beginning,
Yes.
before even all that happened,
Yes.
so
They
she's
made her
like,
sound like she was like
she
off a rocker.
Yeah, they was like,
Yeah.
remember last time she did this, and she was on medicine or whatever. I was just like,
Because she was, and I hadn't thought about it before, because I hadn't thought about it. I forgot about it when she set up all the Christmas lights with all the things. Because I remember something with lights and then being able to communicate from the upside down, but I forgot that she had the Christmas lights with all the letters.
You know what messed me up with that? What ruined up for me? The Simpsons.
They did that.
Treehouse of Horror. They did one of the episodes where Milhouse is stuck in a wall and they had all the lights going on.
So is that where
So
they
as
got
soon as I was
Stranger
watching
Things
it,
from?
I was just like, I'm gonna be pissed if the Simpsons ruined this for me. So that part, I was like, oh man, that's messed up. But yeah, it was just like everybody's growth and defense mechanism. It was, and the dad came back in just to get money, like
Right. But there are no, like, even the bad characters.
even Nancy though, like even with her, you think she's a goody two shoes. You realize why she is the way she is.
Right.
And her,
She just wants to fit in.
I hate her dad. Ted was the worst kind of. Oh, he was just. That's all he did.
Like somebody said, he's the most useless character in the history of television. I mean, I can't comment on all the television.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Is anybody...
He's pretty useless.
I feel like Carter's about
to tell us something. Somebody from The Simpsons? He just said...
Agreed.
He just said F10.
He was saying it the whole time. He was like, F10, dog. Like, F10's the worst. She was like, I hope you enjoy your steak. I thought she was about to go get some cheeks from Bill.
Right.
Billy. I was like, oh, Billy boy, go get him.
Did they ever actually, though?
No.
I didn't think so.
Because she was supposed to meet him in the hotel. And then Billy got dragged out by the spider, the meat monster. That's what I call him.
The mind flayer.
Yeah. He got dragged out, then he got infected, and then he was just like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And he started going nuts. So what do you think about the giant meat spider? That's what it was. A giant spider in the form of...
Honestly, better than spiders in real life.
I don't know.
I swear to God, I saw a spider today. It was that big.
Nope. In Jersey?
At camp.
Did you let it bite you? Because you popsicle that spider powers.
I might have. Or I might have died.
Are you allergic to spiders?
It's as big as Pat's penis.
I don't... Time to get sex. I don't know what's going on anymore. Keep saying.
Which, I mean, for penises, not so good. But for spiders, whoo,
let's just say on the record.
That's a doozy.
I have never had any complaints. I've heard the opposite of what you said.
No complaints about your spider penis?
No. It's huge web. You know spiders can actually take off their penis? Did you know that?
Why?
There's a lot
One, why can they? Two, why do you know that?
So, I don't know if I drop this information now. There's going to be a show. Can't talk about it right now. But anyway, there's just a random... You know how when you like scroll and you see some random shit?
Yeah, what's that called?
Doom scrolling, I guess they call it?
No, what's it called? When you go down the what?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. It just gets a little crazy over there. So, I found out this thing. I don't know if it was Carter to me first or... Spiders produce milk. Why? I don't know. Yeah. Why does anybody know that? I don't know.
Wait, why do they produce milk? I would assume it's because they need to feed little tiny spiders.
It's weird, man. Because there's like spider spice goat milk. It's weird. It's a lot of things. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, spider goat is
a goat spider.
We'll have to talk about this later on. That part. But yeah, spiders can take off their penis. Can you imagine if like Steph, you're just mad at Steph was like, come here. You're just like, here, it's taken. I don't want to do it anymore.
No, I would bop people in the head with it. No, Pat.
What did you say? Eat it.
Eat my hammer.
Mjolnir. Just throw it. Put the web on it so it can come back to you.
Oh my. That was too much. That was too far.
I told you, man. There's some things I want to ask God. Like, what is the purpose of that? What's the purpose of a murderous crab? Like a scorpion?
That's what you want to ask God?
I have a lot of questions about certain animals.
Why can a spider take off his penis, and why are there murderous crabs?
Yeah.
Not like the meaning of life?
I figured that out. It's bullshit.
I guess you will have found meaning once you know why the spider takes his penis off.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. That makes sense. So, I don't know. My theory is like, you're just going to go up there and he was like, give him a chest.
I mean, he's going to turn you away, so.
Probably. Nah, I think I'm good. Maybe I get to the gate. Like,
you think a lot of things, and they're usually wrong.
I'm right all the time. That's what you say, right? Things are strange in your head. You're going to be hearing that a lot.
You never wrong?
Nope.
Remember that conversation?
I was like, dude, what?
But
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next season.
So I told my stepdad and my mom last night, like, if you don't at least come very close to crying, like, you're a robot in this season. I think it's the best season of the four. Steph and I talked. We would probably watch it again. A lot of times there'll be like singular scenes that just play over and over and over again in my head, kind of like an earworm. That's what it is, earworm.
Yeah. You just remember that episode of SpongeBob when he had earworm and the musical doodle was stuck in his head. The song. Stupid ass show, but funny. I don't care what nobody says. SpongeBob.
It's not a bad show.
SpongeBob is funny as hell.
It's not the worst show.
And I always check people out when they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Patrick's the star of the show." Like, no, it's not. I was like, "Yes, he is." Wait for it.
No.
He's the star of the show.
I get it.
He's a star of the show.
I get it.
You're acting real strange today.
I don't like you.
You said love wrong.
That's not strange, though.
You said love wrong.
You're right. I don't love you.
Nah, you love me. Right now, you're the upside down.
I literally said I don't like you, and I said love wrong. So you're right. I don't love you.
No, you're saying you love me.
That's worse.
But you do love me.
Your mom ever tell you I don't love you, but I like, or I still love you, but I don't like you?
That's a dick move, bro.
That's rough.
But if I have kids,
I can specifically remember driving down the road from my house, and I'd done something, I'm sure. And she goes, I still love you. I don't like you right now. I'm like,
it be like that sometimes, though.
and that's when it started.
That's when all things got straight for you.
Everything went downhill from there.
It went upside
So,
down.
Mom, if you're watching this, everything's your fault.
That's when you went to the upside down.
That's when I went to the upside down.
That's funny. Nah, no, I never. Nope.
No.
That's funny, though.
I just want to let
if
you
you
know.
have kids, would you say that to your kids? If?
I won't have kids. But
you?
no, I probably just tell them I don't love them. So, take a quick break. This is a super short episode, so we'll take a quick break. Probably wrap it up. I think we did a good job of summarizing season 4.
If you don't wrap it up, that's how kids happen.
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
Absolutely. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Cinema Ave, episode 12, our special episode where we talk about Stranger Things and spider dicks.
Very strange. A lot of strange things happened on this episode. Spiders produce milk. The fuck? Anyway, so this is a weird episode. Like what?
You brought them up.
There's a lot of things like. No, I'm not doing this because we're gonna go on a super tangent about spiders.
We ain't got time. I'm leaving in like 10 minutes, bro.
You're just gonna walk out?
I'm gonna walk out.
All right. Well, I guess I gotta find.
I'm gonna knock that over. I'm gonna walk out.
Dick move, bro. Nah, so I wanted to talk about cause like you said, we always talk about mental health. I wanted to talk about the whole facility, as in like Henry and all them in there. It's like, did you pick that up about Henry? Did you automatically know he was the bad dude, or?
So I did.
Cause I just thought he was a creepy weirdo.
So I think I would have figured out within an episode that he was Vecna, or that he was one. I knew 100% that he was Vecna because I'd seen like a makeup tutorial online, which annoyed me. Yeah. It really didn't give that much away. You knew he was creepy both as Vecna and as Henry, but I didn't know that she created him. I didn't realize that 11 had created Vecna. So that was still a surprise.
I thought like I don't know. I didn't pick that up. I thought like the whole time the doctor was Dr. Brenner or whatever his name is. He was like probing her and stuff like that, and then like she somehow got extra powers and blew a hole in the wall in the dimension. I didn't know she created that. I didn't know that's how it happened.
I was pretty sure, like from the opening sequence, that she didn't really kill all the people in the facility. Mm-hmm. That was too obvious for that to be what actually happened. Didn't know it was him, and didn't know that like what had happened, but I mean, it all made sense. It was tied together very well.
Right, but it's crazy how you, like I said, you were saying with mental health, because like if you think about it, like everybody, even Elle's sister, that I think everybody forgot about, like she was doing what she was doing because people were mistreating her, or the girl in the ice cream shop, like she was also
Robin.
She was lesbian. And
Robin's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. And she tried to fight the Earth because back in that time it wasn't like
You know who her parents are, right, in real life?
Yeah, Uma
Thurman and Ethan Hawke.
What?
She's like the perfect 50-50 of both of them.
Jeez.
Like, it's so easy to tell she's related to both of them.
I can see, now I think about it, yeah.
Steph said she got the best qualities from both of them.
So. I agree. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like everybody had a defense mechanism. I just thought it was like, I didn't really think about it until you said that.
Right.
Like, it's nuts.
I also really enjoyed, of course now I'm drawing a blank, I know his name.
Dart
played Freddy Krueger.
I know you're talking about.
I knew his name as soon as I saw him. I remember his name all the time. I'm just drawing a blank right now. But you know who he was in the show, right?
I don't. Off the top of my head.
He played the guy that was accused of killing his family. Vecna's dad.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that because
his
he had
name?
his eyes all poked out. You know what I thought was the bad guy? The uncle. Because he was oddly sitting on the bench like, oh, yeah, Eddie was gone, blah, blah, he's a great guy.
Oh, maybe.
He was a little creepy, so I was like, but everybody in that city is creepy.
Oh, he's got such a... God, I can't think of his name. It's going to drive me crazy until Carter tells me in 30 seconds.
question is he going to tell you or is he playing Tetris?
I was he putting bees up there.
By putting bees.
Spider dicks.
Did that produce milk? Like, why?
Oh my god, what is his name? Just tell me. Cover up the last name. England. Yeah.
You saw the E.
I didn't, but it's England with a U.
That is weird.
I knew that. Robert England. But it's interesting that they incorporated him like a huge name in horror in there, and he got to play a creepy guy again, even though he wasn't really a creepy guy.
Well, these like a lot of the actresses and actors' first appearances on screen, like the kid, young.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
That's great. I love that. Just like Miss Marvel. Like
yeah.
I love like
it's like Gat Matazzaro, which is Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's definitely his first. The guy that plays.
Did he really have like an issue with his?
Yes, he really does. He really has all the things that his character has. No collarbones, no teeth. He really has those in real life. But the guy that plays Lucas, he played Simba in the Broadway show, Lion King.
He was also on a...
That was one of his first big things, is he was the lead of the Lion King on Broadway.
He was on the lip sync battle.
Was he? They all were on, right?
And he was doing LL Cool J. It was funny as hell. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them did. They were.
Yeah, but that was it. So he was huge in theory before this, but I think this may have been his first like big on-screen thing.
I was worried about that too with Lucas and Max. I thought when Billy was like, stay away from him, I knew those kind of people, whatever. I was like, oh, we doing this stuff for real. But then I realized,
can you blame him?
Yeah. That's racist.
But they didn't. They definitely touch on it at some point in this season, I feel like. But they're another example of the shows that touch on these types of things very subtly, where everybody gets it, or most people get it. You know, Will being a homosexual, most people get it.
Yeah, well, 95%.
But you're a tall guy, so like 92% of people get it.
Why did the height knowledge ratio? Like what?
Well, because he's a bigger percentage of the viewers. Because he's bigger. Yeah. Sense. So he's 8% of the viewers. That's fair. You know, there's like 7 million viewers and you're 8% of them. That's that college education.
There you go. Bloomfield, baby. Woo!
That's probably where I learned that.
Right in that poetry class.
Probably right in poetry class. And they were asking me if it was okay to say the N-word.
Yo, that was insane. Oh man, your face is priceless. I was like, is he going to do it?
Nope.
We're going to find out who this man really is. You're just like, nah.
But I made it out alive, so everybody knows what I did or did not say.
Yeah. Or do we?
So final thought on the season.
Final thought on the season, it was great. Like they wrapped it up very well.
Really, really good. I love that.
Like
it was great.
It was. I didn't say it was fine. It was fine. No,
was it fine for you, Carter?
I was just like, for me, it's always interesting. Like when you watch a show or a movie where it's like, well, how the hell can you top that? The show should be done. Right. And then in the next season, you're like,
how the hell can you top that? Like, and a spinoff.
I'm worried about the spinoff.
Depends on what the spinoff is.
Yeah.
Depends.
So what is your prediction?
What's my predictions?
Yeah.
On what? Everything or? Well, they're not all back together yet. Mm-hmm. There's still some that are. So like Murray's not there. I hope that Murray comes back because I thought he was very interesting. I thought the prison guard was an interesting character. He's from Game of Thrones. He plays a pretty good character in Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. Apparently Eddie was in Game of Thrones very briefly. His name is Joseph Quinn. I had to write it down because I didn't know what his name was. But I'd like to see everyone come together and stay together for the next season. Somebody that I talked to but was concerned that like there was too many plot lines going on at the same time. You had 3 very clear narratives going on at the same time. You had Eleven's, you had Max's, and you had Hopper's. Mm-hmm. And they felt like maybe like Hopper's was overshadowed because what did it really have to do with in the grand scheme of Vecna? But then like the hive mind thing, it all comes together at the end. I thought they did a good job of converging everything at the end and making it one.
I like how it was like the spider guy was like the goon, and then Vecna was the big boss.
Yeah.
But now everything is like converted together. Which is crazy because, I mean, I guess technically Max did die. So that's why
she did. Happened. Yes, she did.
So, what is your prediction about Max? I think mine to be
Well, I think she's alive. I don't think they keep her in the show in that final scene.
Right.
To get rid of her, ultimately. She might be blind. She might be paralyzed. She could be both. But I think she plays an important role in the next season. Or I don't think they keep her around. The writing's too good, I think, for them to do that for no reason.
So I think she's going to be blind, and I think that because they didn't explain how the hell did Elle bring her back to life. So I think somehow she might have got Elle's powers, a part of it or whatever. So I think she's going to be very important. And like the sister just disappeared randomly, Elle's sister. So I feel like she's going to come back too. Like they're going to have to come together to probably have to fight him again.
Well, he's not dead. We know he's not dead.
Yeah.
But bold prediction, Max is going to somehow be connected to Vecna.
Just like, what's his name? Will.
Yes, like that, but she's going to be, like, very important.
So you think she's going to turn evil?
No. I think that she's going to be important to helping everyone else find him and beat him. Like not to compare to Harry Potter, because it's a little more mature than Harry Potter, but where, like, Harry Potter and Voldemort are connected and they can kind of feel each other and know what's going on in their minds. I think it's going to be something similar to that.
Right.
Because it was very clear that the Duffer Brothers took from popular culture. Like, when the military came in, that's the opening scene to A New Hope. You hear the siren going off. Mm-hmm. There's a door shut. Mm-hmm. The good guys line up behind boxes and pillars and whatever else. All of a sudden, the door opens, and the bad guys just blast the shit out of them. That's literally the opening scene from A New Hope.
You know what? I didn't understand. Why did the guard help Hopper? Like, what was his motive from the gate to help
Money.
You know what's funny? I just watched Black Widow again yesterday, and that's
well, they didn't help him this time, so screw them.
It is always money.
It's always money.
It's always money.
Money's a great motivator.
Fair.
Yeah, make you do crazy things. Like, I would kill you for money.
Like, you try.
Like $2, probably.
Yeah, I hope you get hit in the face with a giant spider dick.
$3, I do it slowly.
I hope a spider dick hits you in the eye or the ear. You get the ear wig again.
Well, I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna flick it at you.
Can you imagine if I had like 2 spiders and just had like Star Wars?
That's what you think of?
You know, scorpions. Fun fact: they feel like they can't win a battle, they kill themselves. You know that? Look it up.
I hate you. Like, what does it have to do with anything?
I don't know. A lot of strange things happen in this episode.
Oh my god!
But it's facts. Look it up. They feel like if you can't win, they will kill themselves. They rather kill themselves instead of taking an L in a fight.
But since you asked, my final thoughts on season 4, you jerk.
I didn't ask that. I don't think I asked it at all.
Not
even one bit.
I like that they transitioned with the kids growing up to something more mature. Like, as they matured, the story, the tone, the mood, everything matured with them. Right. Vecna is significantly scarier than any other bad guy that's come before.
Right.
It's bloodier and gorier than before. It's more adult geared. Like, you can be a teenager and watch it, but where you may have been able to get away with like 13, 14-year-olds watching the first few seasons, that might be pushing it at this point.
I like how they were like scared in the first few seasons, and after a while they started getting like brave.
Yes.
Like they knew what they had to do.
Especially this huge arc.
I thought Steve was gonna die.
Yeah.
Like when he was like, go ahead and go, whatever. I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah, I kind of did too. But then when Eddie was like, yeah, none of us are, like, we're not heroes, and like kind of smirked at him, I was like, he's gonna do something stupid.
I was like, oh man, but he killed that guitar.
He did.
Yeah, I mean, he went like a boss.
Yeah. So I mean, he didn't die playing guitar.
He should have. Guitar Hero.
Anyway,
this was a fun journey.
I'm leaving in 6 minutes.
This is a fun journey. Do what you gotta do.
Getting up and leaving.
Go ahead. Look at that first.
You don't even care. I don't think you like me. Carter, you take his spot.
Don't like his.
I love you.
I love you too.
But I don't like you. Right
I don't like you now either. We're on the same page.
Or ever, really.
Nah, you say that, but you cry when I'm not there.
Tears of joy.
With sadness. I love you.
Tears of joy of sadness. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway,
play yourself.
You go first because you don't have many things, and most people don't like you and don't want to follow you anyway.
You do got some stranger things over there.
I do have a big thing.
I mean, I don't know about that.
You have a spider-sized
I
thing.
heard it was like these. Like a Tic Tac. So, let me...
At least you specified. For the people on Spotify. The one person on Spotify.
Now we got fans. Upper Digger Steve.
He watches on YouTube.
He doesn't listen to Spotify. Can you see like who the fan is on Spotify or not? Okay. So anywho, let's plug ourselves. You can find me on Facebook as Patrick Newell. You can also find me on Instagram as Pat on the Cam. And you can also find me on TikTok as Pat on the Cam.
It's TikTok. But, so Facebook, Instagram, my website, and TikTok. That's right. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, my website. Bane's Film Reviews, Twitter, Bane's Film Review. Just one, not plural, because Twitter, you guys kind of suck a little bit. But follow us on our TikTok, CinemaAv1. That's CinemaAv and the number 1. Send us some emails. Tell us how much you like the episode. Tell us how much you hate Pat. CinemaAv1, CinemaAv and the number 1 at gmail.com. That's episode 12.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.
That was so fast and random. You guys really did